Once upon a time, in a prosperous kingdom, there lived a humble farmer with his little son and family in a modest hut on the edge of a peaceful village. Though the family didn't have much, they lived a simple and content life, sustained by the farmer's hard work on his small farm. Every morning, the farmer would rise with the sun and work tirelessly to provide for his loved ones. One day, while checking the land behind his hut, something shiny caught his attention. Curious, he walked closer and saw a sparkling object partially buried in the ground. With trembling hands, he began to dig. To his surprise, he uncovered a beautiful treasure chest filled a precious stone. The treasure shone so brightly, it seemed like the stars themselves were trapped inside. The farmer's heart raced with excitement. He couldn't believe his luck. This treasure could change everything for his family. In his mind, he started dreaming of buying large lands, building a big house, and living a life of luxury. He imagined people in the village admiring and respecting him. But soon, excitement turned into worry. What if someone saw the treasure? What if someone stole it? His happiness quickly turned into fear. He decided to hide the treasure under his bed, keeping it a secret until he figured out what to do. Days turned into nights, and the farmer's thoughts became consumed by the treasure. He barely slept, worrying about its safety. Every sound in the night made him anxious. He planned endlessly about how he would sell the treasure, how he would transform his life, and how he would protect his family from anyone who might covet his newfound wealth. But he didn't realize that the treasure was already changing him. One sunny afternoon, while the farmer was working in the fields, his young son was playing inside the house. Curious, the boy looked under the bed and found a shiny, glowing stone. To him, it looked like a beautiful toy. Excited, he took it outside to the sandpit and started playing. He built a sandcastle and, as the final touch, placed the sparkling stone on top, smiling as it shone brightly in the sunlight. When the farmer came home later that day, the first thing he did was check for the treasure. But when he looked under the bed, his heart sank. The treasure was gone, and panic took over him. He searched the entire house, growing more and more frightened. Then, through the window, he saw his son playing in the sandpit. The farmer ran outside, his voice filled with anger and fear. "Where is the treasure I hid under the bed?" he shouted. The little boy, startled by his father's tone, looked up and said innocently, "I took it outside to play with in the sand, but I lost it." The farmer felt his world crumble. He rushed to the sand pit and began digging frantically. His hands shook as he searched every inch of the sand, but the treasure was gone. Exhausted and devastated, he turned to his son and scolded him harshly, punishing him for losing something so valuable. 2 days later, the village's peace was broken by the sound of a royal announcement. The king's guards marched into the square, announcing that a priceless royal treasure had been stolen. It was the king's most precious possession, and anyone found hiding it would be executed along with their entire family. The words struck fear into the farmer's heart. He realized with horror that the treasure he found might have belonged to the king. His excitement was replaced by dread. He imagined the guards storming into his house, arresting his family and punishing them all. His hands trembled and his heart raced with fear. As the guards began searching house to house, the farmer could barely breathe. When they arrived at his hut, his heart pounded so loudly it felt like everyone could hear it. The guards searched every corner of his house, looking under the bed and in every cupboard. The farmer stood frozen, sweat dripping down his face. But after searching thoroughly, the guards found nothing and left. The farmer dropped to his knees in relief. The treasure was gone, but so was the danger it brought. In that moment, he realized that losing the treasure had saved his life and the lives of his family. What he thought was a disaster was actually a blessing in disguise. In the days that followed, the farmer reflected deeply. He realized the treasure wasn't a gift, as he had first believed. Instead, It had filled his heart with greed, fear, and worry. It had nearly destroyed his peace of mind and put his family at risk. He came to see that true wealth wasn't in gold or jewels, but in the safety, love, and happiness of his family. He learned to appreciate the simple joys of life: his son's laughter, the warmth of his home, and the peace of a clear conscience. Sometimes, what seems like a blessing can actually be a burden. And sometimes, losing something can protect us from greater harm. Life works in mysterious ways, and often, setbacks turn out to be steps forward. The universe has its own way of working things out, even when we don't understand it in the moment. Instead of holding on too tightly to what we want, we should appreciate what we already have and learn from the lessons life gives us. The farmer's story teaches us that everything happens for a reason, and even our challenges or losses can carry hidden blessings. So, my friends, life is full of twists and turns, and often we don't realize the reason behind events until much later. But every challenge, every loss, and every unexpected turn is part of a greater plan. A plan designed to guide us, teach us, and help us grow. Just like the farmer in our story, we must learn to let go of what we cannot control and trust that everything happens for a reason. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Are there moments when a loss turned out to be a blessing? Or are there any challenges that helped you grow stronger? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else. If you've enjoyed this video and its lesson, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Together, let's embrace life's mysteries and trust that everything happens for a reason and for good. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.